Hi, I'm Joe. On this episode of Hitchhike with Joe Mike, I explore Copenhagen, Denmark on another solo travel adventure. While my visit to one of the world's happiest countries is during Christmastime, the travel tips are applicable any time of year and are divided into 3 sections: arrival, activities, and food and drinks.
Merry Christmas from Copenhagen!
I land in Copenhagen via Doha after visiting the Maldives, so if you'd like to travel back in time to see where I just came from, check out my Maldives vlog later. Upon arriving in Copenhagen Airport, I recommend taking the metro or train from the airport to the city center, as they are both quick and inexpensive if you don't have much luggage, like me. I take the M2 metro line. If you're inundated with luggage, a taxi is a more convenient but pricier option. A rental car is not necessary unless you are planning to see other parts of the country beyond the Copenhagen area.
The metro is remarkably easy to get around on, and other than that, it's going to be a lot of walking and biking in the city.
This is a bicycle. You will see a billion of them in Copenhagen. It is a very bicycle-friendly city. If you prefer not to walk or bike, public transit is plentiful. Depending on how long you stay in Copenhagen and what you want to do, consider getting the Copenhagen card. There are a couple of options to choose from, each with various durations and differing levels of access to attractions and public transportation, including airport transfers. Review your options before arriving in Denmark. I have included a link to the official website in this video's description below. If you're wondering when is the best time of year to travel to Denmark, the short answer is anytime. Summer is high season with warm weather, long days, and lots of crowds. Fall and spring have milder weather with fewer crowds bookending summer. Winter, which is my preferred time to visit, is quite cold and dark but is redeemed with, cue the music, magical Christmas markets and more intense hygge, which loosely translates to coziness. It's a Danish concept capturing the feeling of warmth, comfort, and contentment. Imagine a candlelit meal, a warm cup of coffee, a crackling fire, an aromatic cup of gløgg or mulled wine. Togetherness. Hygge is in full swing during winter.
Merry Christmas from Copenhagen!
Merry Christmas!
All of the activities in this section are in Copenhagen except for the last one, which is a day trip. Having said that, I'm going to kick off this section with my favorite spot in Copenhagen, Tivoli Gardens. It is one of the oldest operating amusement parks in the world and an inspiration for Walt Disney before opening Disneyland. Tivoli's decorations are updated seasonally for holidays like Easter, Halloween, and you guessed it, Christmas. With friends I met in Copenhagen, we visit Tivoli on the first day it opens after the Christmas transformation is complete. Snowflakes begin to fall, casting a spell of winter magic.
It was snowing.
Yeah,
This is the beginning of the evening, so it was a very Christmas period.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you come in November, you will have snow and hot chocolate and lights.
It's a magical place. You have to come. You come to Denmark, you have to see it.
You want to go to that one?
I do.
You mean
But
that one?
If you want to say last word.
I dedicated this to all my subscribers. I just had a hearty breakfast, and now I'm heading to City Hall, where I'll meet a tour guide for the Copenhagen free walking tour.
If you want an overview of the city sprinkled with historical perspective and interesting stories, I highly recommend booking a walking tour as early in your trip as possible, because it will give you additional ideas of how you want to spend your time in Copenhagen. I have included a link to this tour in the video's description below.
The tour is free, they just work on tips.
If you don't like walking but would still like to explore Copenhagen, book a canal tour and explore the city by water. Legend has it that to this day, this boat is still attempting to make a right turn. Nyhavn, with its cobblestone streets, colorful buildings, and delightful restaurants, is a must-see iconic area of Copenhagen. It's the perfect spot to grab a bite, snap a photo, or get on a boat for a canal tour.
Well, that's a Little Mermaid, and it's, well, little. It's kind of underwhelming, but it's something you have to do when you're here, I guess. So when you're here, spend 3 minutes, check out the Little Mermaid, and then you can head back out.
Moving on from water to palaces and castles. Our first stop is Amalienborg Palace for the changing of the guard ceremony. It's a fascinating glimpse into Denmark's royal traditions. The royal lifeguards march from their barracks through the city streets to the palace for the changing of the guard at noon. A quick uniform check is done, and when all is well, it's time to change the garb. The two guards have a quick chat, presumably about what's for lunch, and the process completes. If time permits, there is a museum as well that gives a glimpse into the royal residence.
They call that the staring contest, and we've been told that absolutely nothing happens.
Christiansborg Palace is home to all three branches of the Danish government: the Supreme Court, the Parliament, and the Prime Minister.
Behind me, that door over there, that's where the Prime Minister is.
Several parts of the palace are open to the public, including the royal reception rooms and the ruins of Absalon's castle. My favorite part though is the tower, the highest in Copenhagen.
I'm about to go up the tower at the Parliament building. The entrance is right there behind me, and it should be a great view of the city. And you can actually see Sweden if it's a clear, bright day, which it's not. I'm standing in front of Rosenborg Castle. It's a 400-year-old castle from the Renaissance period, and it was built by Christian IV. It's highly recommended because it's well preserved in the inside, and it's one of the more popular castles to visit.
If there is one castle you explore, it is this one. Not only does it have the Danish crown jewels, it also has well-cataloged artifacts. Bring a fully charged phone and connect to the Wi-Fi at the castle to get access to a wealth of information on each of the rooms, in addition to specifics about each numbered artifact. As a bonus, you may see a special ceremony like I do here. This castle is where the King's Watch or the Queen's Watch is given to a deserving soldier. Shifting gears from palaces and castles to churches, the marble church is made of, you guessed it, limestone. The dome itself is beautiful while also providing stunning panoramic views of Copenhagen if ascended. The must-visit Church of Our Savior boasts a magnificent organ from 1698, and it's renowned for its iconic serpentine spire. For a fee, you can climb 400 steps, with the last 150 being external on the spire. The reward at the top, besides the exhilarating experience, is the best view of Copenhagen.
I'm here at the Trinity Complex, which consists of the Trinity Church, the Round Tower, which has a functioning observatory at the top, as well as a library hall.
After visiting the church, if you'd like to explore the rest of the complex, there is a fee. The Round Tower features a unique spiral walk to the top where the oldest functioning observatory in Europe is located. Of all the lookout points I've discussed, this is the one I would skip if limited on time. Now for some shopping activities. This is the main shopping street in the city. Whether you are seeking international brands, Danish designs, street food, or just want to observe Danish culture, this pedestrian street is a must to explore.
No trip to Denmark is complete without a trip to the Lego store and some souvenirs.
Whether or not you are a Lego fan, customizing a minifigure in the country Lego was founded is the ultimate souvenir that packs easily in luggage. I visit the Lego store in Tivoli Gardens and head towards the minifigure factory to get started. Step 1. Purchase one of these boxes. Step 2. Design the front and back of the minifigure's shirt. I create a design that is unique to Denmark. Step 3. Send the design to the printer where the front of the shirt is printed.
It's pretty cool.
Step 4. An employee flips the minifigure over and prints the design on the back of the shirt. Finally, after the printing is complete and the ink has dried, Step 5. Accessorize.
Well, I finished mine. Here's my little guy. It's a real cool souvenir from Denmark.
The Glyptotek is an art museum focusing primarily on sculptures and is owned by the Carlsberg family. Yes, the same Carlsberg as the brewing group. There are some amazing works of art here, including these Assyrian pieces. The museum does have free admission days, so keep that in mind when planning your trip, and don't forget to check out the rooftop. If a museum is too studious for your taste, leave the quiet atmosphere behind and head to a less quiet concert. Copenhagen has a vibrant music scene throughout the year. I have listed a few websites showing upcoming concerts in Copenhagen in the video's description below. Founded in 1971 on a former military base, this semi-autonomous commune in Copenhagen operates independently from Danish rules.
This is Christiania.
Known for Pusher Street and the Green Light District, Christiania has a complex past with open cannabis trade. Yet it has more to offer. Its unique bohemian atmosphere, colorful murals, chic cafes, and souvenir shops make it an experience not to be missed. Just follow the rules posted at the entrance, one of which will take you back to elementary school. Don't run. It causes people to panic. As I mentioned at the beginning of this section, this last activity is not in Copenhagen itself. Rather, it's a day trip to Helsingør. It's a 45-minute train ride and is the home to Kronborg Castle, which Shakespeare used as the setting for his play Hamlet. For those who remember literature class, Helsingør is referred to as Elsinore in the context of the play.
Shakespeare's play Hamlet takes place in these very halls of this castle, Kronborg Castle. It's pretty amazing to walk through the hallways where Shakespeare intended that play to be. My thoughts on Kronborg is that it's not as impressive as Rosenborg Castle, for example.
To go or not to go? That is the question. My answer is go, if time permits. While the castle is not the most impressive in Copenhagen, it has cultural and historical significance. Seeing a beautiful Danish town by the sea with picturesque streets adds to the allure of the visit, making it a great day trip. Don't forget to consider the castle's opening hours when deciding which train to take. On to Danish food and drinks. Actually, I think I need to clarify terminology, specifically the word Danish.
The entire world calls pastries Danish, yet the Danish from Denmark call it Viennese bread. Viennese, as in Vienna, Austria.
So we give the pastry credit to the Danes, while the Danes give the credit to the Austrians. It's like a game of whose pastry is it anyway? Mojo Kitchen and Bar is one of my favorite spots in the city for brunch with its good food and cozy atmosphere. Hygge. My favorite meal is called the Mojo Brunch and includes scrambled eggs with bacon, a waffle with berries, avocado, smoked salmon, and yogurt with various toppings. For a traditional Danish sandwich, smørrebrød hits the spot with its variety of toppings that are beautifully arranged on rye bread.
I just had a really good meal with some locals at Canal Caffeine. Highly recommend that place because it was a very good, authentic food.
It's so authentic that it's been frequented by locals since, get this, 1852. Pick your toppings and create your own smørrebrød while enjoying shots of snaps. Not bad for my first official Danish open-faced sandwich. If you want to experience the city's gastronomic diversity, head to Cholon for Vietnamese cuisine. While too cold to sit outside on this trip, the interior design is welcoming and memorable. If you're in a hurry and need quality fast food, head to the popular burger chain Gasoline Grill.
I just had my first meal from Gasoline Grill, and it was pretty good. I had the hot chicken. It was Danish organic chicken, which they were very clear about that, and carrots and coleslaw and pickles and lettuce. And I was able to choose from 3 types of heat, and I chose Bring It, which is the highest one. Did not bring it. It was not spicy at all. The sandwich is amazing, but not spicy. So as many of my friends know, I'm a car guy, which is what drew me to going to a place called Gasoline Grill. And fun fact, they are called Gasoline Grill because the first one was at a gas station. And there's no seating except for outside. And it's pretty cold here in Copenhagen this time of year. So I did not want to do that. So I ended up coming to this particular location, which also does not have seating, but at least has an indoor eating area.
If you're looking for a variety of culinary offerings and specialty shops under one roof, head to Travalna. Okay, it's not technically all under one roof, it's 2, but it's close enough.
The market consists of 2 buildings as well as a farmer's market in the middle, which you can see behind me right now. So make sure you check them all out.
Enjoy global cuisine at the food bars or pick up fresh seafood, meats, fruits, and vegetables for a homemade meal. If you're a coffee enthusiast, be sure to stop by the Coffee Collective stall while you are at the market. Considered one of Copenhagen's finest coffee shops, they maintain close relationships with farmers to ensure exceptional quality from bean to cup.
That hand-brewed coffee was very good. It was clean, it was smooth. Very big difference than regular brewed coffee.
Speaking of coffee, I can't resist bringing up dessert. For a truly amazing cheesecake experience, head to Bertel Salon. With dozens of mouth-watering flavors to choose from and new ones constantly being created, it's an incredibly difficult task to pick just one. So I just got Oreo. If you don't want cheesecake for dessert, then head to Heart Bakery.
A fellow traveler recommended the place behind me. Actually, no, not the lingerie store. The bakery shop here. It's supposed to have some of the best pastries here in Copenhagen.
In fact, not just Copenhagen, it's been recognized as one of the best in the world for its bread and pastries. Which one to pick?
This is our cardamom stack. That's like our bestseller, our most favorite popular cardamom. And this is a Danish traditional pastry with vanilla custard inside, and that's my personal favorite. So definitely one of them.
I did what any gentleman would do. Go with their personal favorite pastry.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah.
It's very fluffy.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people think it's dry, but it's like not.
Yeah, highly recommend it. What was your take?
I took the cardamom croissant. It was really good, really sugared with a lot of butter, really sweet. You don't have to eat anything else for 3 days after.
So here's a summary of all the tips so far. Travel is not only enjoyable, it's an amazing opportunity to learn about the world around you through food, architecture, history, culture, and the meaningful connections you develop, which enrich your perspective and create unforgettable memories. If you take one thing away from this video, it's to book that trip that you have been delaying today. And for that final tip, exchanging cash is not needed. Credit cards and mobile payment apps like Google Pay or Apple Pay are preferred everywhere. Enjoying the content? Tap like and subscribe for more amazing episodes. Explore my other videos like the epic 9,000-mile Great American Road Trip with the Challenge Box, or exciting adventures to places like Iceland, Thailand, the Cayman Islands, or the Maldives.